I am on my way to do some more interviews on the last day, and I had some thoughts, crazy thoughts, about men. Excuse me here. All right. Here's some thoughts about men. Men are powerful. This is after spending, 6-7 days with guys, young. There's only a couple of my age, but I'd say the youngest being maybe 16 years old. A couple young guys that came here with their dads, and then men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, speakers, attendees, women. But let's talk about the guys for a second. Men are powerful. Men create, and men can destroy. And without a governor, you know how there's certain mechanical things, like motor scooters, that have a governor in them that keep them from going faster due to the laws in a certain country. Like, you can get a motor scooter. You can buy a 49cc motor scooter that has a governor on it that keeps it from going over 30 miles an hour. And that governor can either be a mechanical device or it can be an electronic device. And there are certain forums where, if you buy these motor scooters, they will tell you to take the engine cover off, and on the top left, there's a little box, and it's got 3 wires coming out of it. And if you snip the red wire, that right there is the governor, and you can go up to 45 miles an hour. But the governor, whether electronic or mechanical, keeps it from going faster, which can actually keep you from killing yourself. A small motorized vehicle is not meant to go 40 miles an hour, especially a small light vehicle. And it occurred to me that morals, ethics, God can be governors and keep people from destroying themselves, going too fast. Men are powerful. Men can build, men can destroy. Unchecked, that masculine man energy can be destructive. And that's what we see when we see riots. Well, I think the riots are more feminine energy. When we see the riots in the United States, that's feminine energy. That's anger, that's reacting, that's 100% feminine. But when I'm talking about war, that's masculine energy that should be used to build, that's being used to destroy. And the extreme destruction of people, like genocide and all that kind of stuff. That's ungoverned, ungodly masculine energy. And one of the conclusions that I've come to after watching guys in a social situation is that if a man doesn't have God in his life, if he doesn't have strong morals and ethics, he becomes destructive, not only to others, but to himself. He becomes unloyal to those who he should be normally loyal to, because he's thinking with the bed and not his head. He becomes destructive to those he loves, to those that love him. A man can become destructive to women if he's not governed. Set yourself free. No, don't set yourself free. The energy you have, you are a steward of that incredible energy. Your seed is energy. Think about this. Life begins with violence, doesn't it? It begins with sperm fighting for an egg. Sperm, when it's released, it's not just coughed out. It's exploded out. Violence, but in the proper direction. It's assertive. It's aggressive. It wants to take first place. Unchecked and without a purpose, that energy, that mojo, some people would call it mojo, is destructive. It ruins reputations. It ruins lives. There's men in jail. I have come to the conclusion that there's men in jail who have exhibited feminine energy, and done stupid things. Like I've always said, thug energy is feminine energy. But I'm talking about the one-upness, like the macho, the male energy. Men have destroyed their own lives and destroyed others' lives because of that energy not properly channeled. Men can build or men can destroy. Guys, what are you using your energy for? Men are supposed to compete for women. When there's several men and one woman, men will compete. Is that positive or is that negative? I believe it's a positive thing. It reminds me of the beginning of life. Oh, you can come through. Oh. That's my producer, Ryan Hamilton.
Hi, everybody.
We're just having a talk. You going to the studio?
I am.
I'm on my way. Okay. Ryan Hamilton has been producing my show for about 4 years now, and I have spent more time with that human being than, literally, we've spent 10, 12 hours a day for like the past 3 years on these events. And he zigs when I zag. He knows exactly what I need to do to be camera ready. He's done everything from direct to edit to run the camera. Let me put it this way. Anyone who wants to rise in the media world, you need a producer. Don't think you can do it on your own. You can't do everything. You can't do everything. And with a good producer, you become unstoppable. Okay, just remember that. Now back to the topic. That energy, that aggression, that mojo, if it's unchecked, becomes destructive. When you take that explosive energy where life begins at conception, we have that our whole life. I don't care what anyone says. Every man has that ejaculative, orgasmic energy, pushing the other sperm aside to get to the egg. That exists all through life. That doesn't end at conception. What are you going to do with that energy? Are you going to plant seeds in your field, which I think a man should, because you don't want to be planting seeds in another man's field, and you don't want another man planting seeds in your field. That's why I've likened many times a man to a farmer and the woman to a field, and a farmer needs to plow that field. And I don't say that tongue in cheek. He needs to prepare the field for the seed and not just spray his seed in the field carelessly. The careful farmer, the mindful farmer, prepares the field, plants the seed, and then nurtures that seed. And once it sprouts, he nurtures it into a plant that's productive. That's called being a family. Okay? But you have men plowing fields, spraying seed, plowing other men's fields, using that aggression, that explosive, orgasmic, ejaculative energy for destructive purposes that bring down families, bring down men, bring down women, bring down buildings, for Pete's sake. How are you using your energy? How are you using your energy? Where are you putting your seed? Even your thoughts are seeds, let alone the seeds that come from your loins. You're a high-tier man, you're a high-value man. Why are you treating your seed like it's cheap? Don't do that. Anthony Johnson. Everyone's coming out of the grave like Lazarus coming out from the dead. Good morning, sir. He has risen. All right, we'll talk about this later. Thank you. Give me your comments down below. I hope you don't think I was crazy when I talked to you this morning about your seed, because I'm serious as a heart attack about that. Think hard about what I said. I'm just getting ready to go on the elevator here. Think hard about what I said. No one else is going to teach you this. No one else is going to teach you the level of self-respect for yourself that I just taught you this morning. I'm getting ready to go to a party now. And I'll talk to you on my way down to the lobby. All right. You work out, you eat well, you take cold showers, you get massages, you do breathing exercises, you get your sleep, all the good self-care stuff, right? You take vitamins and supplements. And then you waste your seed. You throw it out there. Doesn't make sense. I want you to think hard about that. I want you to think hard about that. You, look at me, mister, you are worth it only if you take the steps to raise your value. If you are going to be cheap and throw yourself out there and scatter yourself out there like Johnny Appleseed, I believe that it's going to contribute to depression, feeling like a loser. You're going to be open to satanic attacks and attacks of darkness. I'm not kidding you. I was standing right here talking to you, right here, this morning. You don't owe it to yourself to cheapen yourself. Women give themselves these talks all the time, don't they? These little pep talks. Come on, girl. You're special. What do men do? Go out and spread your seed, because that's part of your biological imperative. You need to shut down and shut off anyone who says that to you. That's my pep talk to you. Shut down anyone that tells you to spread yourself out like that. Why would you take care of yourself and then squander yourself? You might as well just take a handful of money. You wouldn't do it with your money, would you? Just throw your money out there. Would you? Of course you wouldn't. You know why? Because you value your money. You worked hard for it, didn't you? I'm watching this person do this bungee jump thing right now across the street from the hotel. That's got to be scary. It looks like a giant slingshot. And a person was just thrown up in the air. There's hotels around here. I guess some of the theme parks are not far from here in Orlando, Florida. Well, I was in a sport coat and dress shirt all week long, so I'm just going casual to this party, have the untucked shirt. I feel good. My reflective hat on. This is a folding hat. Look at this. Watch this. This folds and then folds in half. Literally. This hat becomes like the size of a wallet. I love this thing. But it's vented. It's nice. Good for Florida, good for summer, anywhere else. Not a good winter hat at all. Wearing the Skechers, I'm just totally, right now, comfort is where it's at for me. Think hard about what I said. I don't want to reprimand anybody. I'm not interested in schooling you. But I am interested in helping you in the same way that, women help each other like this. Have pride in yourself, girl. Take care of yourself, sister. And women accept that kind of, what would be the word? Not reprimand. Teaching, whatever, from other women. And us men, the leaders of men, are teaching men how to disrespect themselves and lower themselves. No one is saying take pride in yourself. I'm not even coming at this from a Christian point of view. I do believe it's the right thing to do. I do believe it's a godly teaching, consistent with Christian teaching. I do believe that. But let's just remove that. Even if I remove that, it's still a wise teaching. Use your head, not the bed. All right. Okay, my brothers. Like I used to say to my kids all the time, who loves you? You do, Daddy. Yes, I do. And I'm going to say to you, who cares about you? You know I do.